Hey everybody, it's Alexander Dahl with Manifest Brutality once again. So I've got another interview ready to go here. We'll go ahead and just jump straight into that one. All right, here you go. All right, so I got the guys from 49 Feet High on. I'm going to go ahead and give them the opportunity to introduce themselves.
Good evening, everybody. This is Andy White from 49 Feet High.
And I'm Joe Cavino from.
Remembered his name.
I did. I finally remember my name. I have actually forgot to wipe my behind today.
Also from 49 Feet High.
Yeah, also from 49 Feet High.
Nice, excellent. So I always like to kind of start at the beginning with the people that I interview. Why don't you guys each kind of tell a little bit about, how you first found music and, what about music made you, first connect with it?
I think it was a disciplinary action from my mother who forced me against my will to play trumpet at 11 years old. And then I sort of adopted that love-hate relationship with the trumpet. And then transitioned to playing some really bad guitar at around 15, whereas I would play in my garage for hours at a time on a very loud amp, some incredibly bad guitar, until the police arrived.
Okay.
I didn't want to do anything else. I started playing when I was in 7th grade, and I was absolutely terrible. I was offered lessons several times, and I turned them all down.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's just one of those fun jobs to do, except breaking down and cleaning up and setting up again. It seems like we do that every weekend. I mean, we pack up my drums, and he packs up his stuff. We bring it to the show. We play for an hour to at least about 3 people. On a good night, we play to at least about 15 for now.
We practice our whole lives with the dreams of one day becoming mediocre.
Well, you mentioned that, you didn't want to do anything else. What did you first see in music that, was that driving motivator to, not want to do anything else?
Who wants to work 9 to 5?
9 to 5, you son of a bitch.
I have. I worked 8:30 to 5.
All right, then. Fair enough.
All right.
Not a full day?
Yeah, but I don't want to be on the clock. I want to do what I love the most and hit things with sticks and make loud noise and annoy the living hell out of our neighbors, and because we live together.
But you do a good job of that without the drums.
Yes, the drums is an added bonus.
All right. So once you kind of did have that motivation set and you kind of figured out what you did want out of music and how to participate with it, how did you kind of take the first steps into, beginning to create, like whether it be, with your instrument or getting a band together?
That would be the New Haven Advocate. They're directly responsible for publishing my ads to look for musicians. I think I did that just because I like rock, and I couldn't find anything to my taste. I had to write my own compositions. Gotcha.
So essentially, you didn't really hear anything out there that you really connected to, and so you wanted to, make your own music that, you felt was more, resonating of your personality.
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. I felt there was a market for what we had to offer, so I implemented my plan and paid the $45 for an ad. And I went through a series of very strange human beings because there is a garden variety of lunatics on and Craigslist.
I think that could almost sum up every musician in general would be a garden variety lunatic.
Yes, thank you very much.
Awesome. So along those lines, You know, how did you kind of identify the content and, the type of voice that you wanted to have? Obviously, you feel strongly about the type of music and personality that you want to put into it. How do you express that?
Good question. I think that directly relates to my frame of mind and didn't want to be another Backstreet Boys or anything like that. I want to be hard.
Like I am right now.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry.
Radio interview. Thank God for that. Yeah.
Wait, we're not on Howard Stern?
No.
Oh, my bad.
What was the question?
I think you answered it.
Essentially, kind of, how did you go through the process of identifying how you want to create based on your personality? Like, how did you find the voice that you wanted to have?
That just came naturally to fit the music that also came naturally. And then as we progressed, or as I progressed, I think it changed because the instrumentation changed, the amount of people I had in the band changed. It's very hard to get everybody to show up on the same day. Very difficult. There's a lot of musicians out there that struggle with the same problem, especially like a 3-piece and a 5-piece. Usually the bass player doesn't show up. Yeah, it's always been hard, heavy, guttural vocals, raw, I would say.
Sure. So along those lines of, talking about the difficulty of keeping a solid lineup, would you say that was one of the more challenging aspects of getting and keeping a band together, or what other challenges have you encountered?
Well, for the first few years, the music is terrible. You think it's good. You think what you're doing is good for a long time. And you write a bunch of songs. Many of them aren't really that good. You think they're great. They're not really. But I think a few of them stick with you. And it's hard to keep the interest, especially with certain members of the band. Say the drummer, for instance, to keep in time when you're trying to write music. So I found there's a formula, which I'm not going to go into detail because it's proprietary, but I find I like to have things done in advance to the best of my ability before I introduce those to the band members to keep everything fresh and working on songs that don't totally suck.
So essentially what you're saying is that the most complicated part of being in a band is overcoming your own obstacle of yourself.
Yeah, yes.
But I could definitely relate to that for sure. Awesome. So where would you guys like to see your band actually develop into and get to, aside from eventually one day being mediocre?
I don't know. We haven't really thought past that. I guess some larger venues wouldn't go amiss, would it? That'd be good.
Yeah, larger venues, touring, sponsors,
more sales online.
Yeah,
producing more.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably not ever going to go with a label because I don't think at this day and age there's no need for a label.
Mm-hmm.
Big label, and just there to squeeze what money you make from you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Absolutely.
Independent booking and marketing agents.
So what are, some really strong memories that you guys have about participating in music, whether it be like a show you went to that was really inspirational, or like, being in the writing and recording setup, just some strong memories?
Well, I did play a party in Virginia where I almost got sexually assaulted. That was interesting. Fraternal party, frat party, one of those. Yeah. So that was a little bit crazy. So things happen. You end up getting a little bit too inebriated. I think somebody slipped me a roofie in my drink, in actual fact. and I was rescued by the guitar player that came in and said we had to leave, and managed to get me out of there before anything nasty happened to my rear end. And then he explained to me in a Waffle House later on that day that indeed an attempt was made upon my pants.
Well, that's rough.
That was incredibly rough. Yes, it happened. So that's.
What memories do I? Well, have.
Do you have any memories? Any memories?
Memories of playing shows.
You used to play with Cardboard Dreamhouse, didn't you?
I did used to play with Cardboard Dreamhouse. I remember my first show with them. We actually played with a backing track, and like I said, I had no lessons, very inexperienced. Taught myself everything I know, and our first show we played with a backing track, and we nailed it.
I was going to say that sounds very Milli Vanilli to me. Dancing with Danger right there. No, things would go awry.
Do I have any? No, I. The only memories I have of cleaning up, unloading, because I don't have time to be dealing with anything. I'm too busy cleaning up, putting my cymbals in a bag, putting my drums away. By the time I'm done with that, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. So I don't really get the chance to have any good memories, except when I'm on stage.
All right. So the two properties.
Those are memories too.
You mean Randy and Derek?
All right, we'll leave that. Male prostitutes.
Yes.
Oh, right. Alcohol is a terrible thing.
That's why I had diarrhea.
Let's move on to the next question.
Alrighty then.
So what are some links where people can actually take a listen to you guys and take a listen to what you guys are working on?
Maybe we should give them the exclusive unreleased version of a new song. What do you think? Yes.
Would you like that? How am I supposed to do that? Do you have your phone?
We'll have to give him the exclusive rights to play the song that no one else has. How? We'll send it to him.
Yeah, if you want me to include something on the interview, I can put that in at the end and then just send me the track separately.
We'll send you some music.
Okay. Do you have a website or Facebook presence, any social media that you want to put out?
Yes, we have
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pornhub, iTunes, Apple Music, same thing, Spotify, every streaming platform, SoundCloud, and we also have Bandcamp. Am I missing anything? Am I missing X videos?
I think that's the majority of it.
So the best place to find you would probably be like the 49 Foot High Pornhub channel, I assume.
For the spanking videos, yes.
Okay, perfect.
But the fine
get over 1,000 views a week.
Yes.
Okay.
Surprised we haven't made money. You can find our music everywhere music could be streamed.
Okay. And then I always like to give the person that I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out their last words. So if you each just want to take a turn putting out a message that you feel you kind of resonate.
Andy,
last words.
Before I slit your throat.
Before I get murdered. Shit, I
really hope I don't find you dead.
You'll
come after me.
Last words. I'm running a blank. I'm afraid.
You know what? Follow us on all the social media. Listen to our music. We have a lot more music on the way. We're heading back to the studio. You can find a list of all of our shows, upcoming shows, on our Facebook profile, and keep it real, right?
We've got lots of songs coming out that are recorded that we haven't put out yet, so no one's heard of them. There's a lot better because we found a really good studio to record at.
GNTP Media, everyone?
GNTP Media, yes. Does a good job with the 49 Feet High tracks.
And we want to thank Mr. Kanan. Mr. Kanan. We want to thank Mr. Kanan for doing such a pleasant job.
That's his first name. We don't remember his last name, or it's too hard to pronounce.
Yes.
Thanks to him.
Chemicals, it's a love you what she wants.